Welcome back to Beecarbonize. I had a go at hardcore, as you can tell by the resume, and let me tell you, it's not as easy. So, other than things generally being a bit tougher, there's also the added rule that some things that when you destroy them, i.e. this, for example, bad stuff can happen. So that is going to be something we're going to have to contend with, as it does certainly make sense. The as we're seeing at the moment, with current events, talking about phasing out fossil fuels, there's a lot of one of the main arguments against it is, well, we don't have the power to do that at the moment, as in we don't have the option to just switch over to renewable instantly. I'm going to get some funding. I was a bit tight on science last time. What is this music, I wonder? It's certainly music. Hydro. Should we do that? Sure. Let's give hydro a try. Keeping an eye on making sure we have money so that we don't accidentally starve anyone, as we're, well, that would be an instant loss for us. We can afford to lose 10 emissions, and by that I mean it's worth it. I just said that I said that whole thing about people starving, didn't I? Anyway, life happens fast. I think we've lost this one, because that isn't going to tick around fast enough. Let's go ahead and hit restart. Okay. Very simple thing to keep in mind. Don't run out of money. It's very tempting to spend all your money on science, just like then. I'd like to say I checked the times then, but I just didn't. Okay, focus. This is hard mode. We gotta be. We gotta. We try harding this. What options do we have? We have the incubator. That sure. Nature conservation and people. Might grab nature conservation before, or increase the size of the sector. I wonder if it's possible to phase out 20th century just as soon as like before we go past the first one. I don't actually know if it will. There's no space, so we can just do that. Renewables. Do we want to do that? We need to wait for another tick. And honestly, the sooner we can get rid of that, the better. Because okay, so in I was going to say softcore, standard mode. That sounds better. It was. I'll keep that. We're just gonna have to take the hit. No, I'm gonna chuck it, and we're gonna risk it. I want that to get us net neutral. Next tipping point at 200. So we have 8 rolls of the dice. Tipping point. What gave us that then? I thought I got rid of that. Well, we can afford to do that. And you see here, crumbling infrastructure. We've destroyed the infrastructure. Poverty protests. Okay, so, and these things get very bad if we don't deal with them. So we need, if we want to phase out that, we'll need a stockpile of what appears to be 5 money, 5 science, and this event was created because you destroyed the Industry 20th Century card. So, destroyed that, so we need 5, 6, 5. Keep in mind for the future, as we're going to lose this one now. Greenwashing. I don't think... yeah. Let's hit restart. Okay. I could have carried it out to the end, but we were certain that was certainly a loss for us. Fossil power. Would fossil power be an option, I wonder? It's not exactly, you know, what we want. It's still dirty energy, but yeah, it could stand in for a loss of industry 20th century. I wonder. Let's give it a try. Though, first we create this. So it's 2 for 7, which is not ideal, but it's cheap. That's the main part. I could do that. That would be a larger burden on our economy. However, it might. I'll get this working, if nothing else. Having said that, that's 400 is very slow. Do you want hydro again or solar? Solar's a big arrow. We can afford it. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna get hit by this, I think. Intense drought. Sure, we can absorb that. Tipping point as soon. So we're gonna not spend any money until we see what that is. Heat waves. Oof. We struggle to make money because our people keep spending it. Climate change. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Is it worth the famine? Might be. Is there going to be... No, there won't be a famine. Just about. Yeah, I want to get rid of that. We need to get rid of this soon. Sooner rather than later. We are struggling. Waves of protectionism. Yeah, I'm aware. We're trying to save up. We're trying to save up to get rid of it. But if we have to spend money on protests, or people on protests, it's a weird twist of irony, and we're about to hit the next tipping point. Yeah. Coral die-off. The world has warmed by 1.5 degrees Celsius. More than 70% of coral reefs are dead. Acidified seawaters means harsh decline in biodiversity of marine life. The western Antarctic glacier and permafrost begins to melt and release methane emissions. That is certainly not good. And in my first attempt at hard mode off camera, I saw this. If you don't try and fix this, the next one becomes very expensive. And in sort of a... Yeah, gotta remember to keep the thing. Artificial corals. So I think that might help. Stop wasting food. Stop wasting my thing. I guess it gave us permaculture. That's nice. And I think that's halved the... Yeah, because we only had 2 things. Local solutions probably would have been good. Let's do that. We're still nowhere close to being ready to phase out industry 20th century. Lifestyle changes? Ooh, we would like that, wouldn't we? Because that slows down people, which gives us more money effectively. Fewer people might be a problem, but yeah, we got that from intentional means. Yep. We should have time for that, I think. Yeah, we'll do. I'm going to expand this sector, as I would like to at least take that before phasing out industry thingy. It'll slow it down at least. Anti-monoculture laws. We will need space for that. So I'll do that. It gives us this, which gives us a bit of pollution removal. Though, I mean, look at that. Honestly, 22 is a lot. Financial crisis. I think I might just leave that for a bit. We can take the science. I'll see what this does. My thought is maybe if we have fossil power, we can get rid of this without both of those bad killer events happening. An experiment. We'll probably lose this run as well. Might as well bite the bullet. That's giving us a red one. I forgot about that entirely. What is this? Fracking. This card can't be upgraded further. Well, I mean, it's money. It's not good. Financial crisis, yeah. We can afford it, I'll be honest. After it expires, that solve this for 2 people. So really we just need a the world has so food conflicts. The world has warmed by 2 degrees Celsius. Coral reefs and in tropical areas have completely perished, taking the dependent marine life with them. For the first time ever, northern pole often gets iceless during the summer. That is disturbingly true. Pollinators are dying. Times of drought, fires, hunger, and water scarcity are ahead. This is sadly quite depressingly reminiscent of real life at the moment, wouldn't you agree? If you don't pay, that'll be another crisis, so I'm trying to get rid of 20th century. That's gonna be a bit slow. After it expires, -5. What if we can't, like, what if we just don't have the money to pay that? What do we do then? It does give back 1 person, so we should have time for it. I say that. What? Oh. Honestly, we'll take the hit to science. That's just going to be existing, I think. I can't move financial crisis. Fracking is honestly, it's less pollution than this, so I'm kind of inclined towards it. I'll get rid of that just to see it gone. I say that. Are we gonna be able to account for it? With the money, we have that. We don't really have the people for it. They should be doing something about, you know, getting more people. Something like that. What are we missing? Each round minus that. Sure. Okay, so if I don't pay that, as in each round I lose that money in that science. If I don't have the money to lose it, then death card happens. We'll get rid of that now. Where's the... Oh. What does that give us? Energy efficient something something. Financial crisis. We're gonna leave still because our thing still works. Intense drought. Can we afford that? No, I don't think so. So we're just gonna get rid of it. Yep. We need people, it seems. Cool, that's there. Do I want to chuck fossil thingy? Not really. We are. We're being taxed quite heavily. What can I afford? I think I can afford that. No, I can. I sort of can. Science. I'd like that. Can't really afford it. People, come on, we need people. Get people on board. Are we carbon neutral yet? No. Again, what happens then? Okay, so if we can't pay it, then nothing. That's fine. We just have to make sure we can pay this. This is... I thought we were going to die. That we still are kind of dying, but we're slowing the rate of death. I should be looking into this, shouldn't I? Those are way expensive. Once I get rid of this, things will be happy. So, what can we do in that direction? Voluntary frugality? Not really something I can afford. Something that doesn't involve people. I think they all involve people. One more. Yeah, we'll take the hit on that again. Okay, that's gone. And that'll give us something that's actually removed 30 carb. Oh, we can replace it to remove a bit of carbon, which I might do. So is that sign what we were at our highest point? Yeah, emissions peak 1055. What can we do for that? Yep, thanks. Sure. What is that giving us? Just a bit of a thing. We should be okay. Pause. Since there's no punishment for that failing, is there a way we can spend this science before we lose it? Yeah. There you go. And we can get rid of that now. Okay, we've stabilized. What are we doing? Emissions around 6, but we have like things like this that can suck up a whole bunch of emissions. That's like 5 rounds worth of pollution right there. And it's a bigger arrow and a -2, so that would be actually honestly quite a worthwhile investment. Will we have time for that? Just gonna make sure we don't hit a famine. So that will catch some of our pollution again, store it away. Increase sector size. I think I want emissions cleaning next. Emissions per round is 10, but this will be okay. We are stabilizing. Idea incubator, it gives pollution, so I ain't gonna. That is quite worth it for the pollution it gets rid of. It does slow down people growth, but I don't think people growth is our main problem right now. I'm increasing that because I do plan to grab emissions cleaning and some of the cleaning things it can do. We're still netting positive. Do I chuck fossil power? I think I can afford to. I'm not sure if it'll punish us by getting rid of that card. Maybe it will. Oh, we've upgraded that. We're down to -3 emissions. We are carbon negative. Voluntary frugality, we are even more carbon negative. Cool. That didn't punish us for getting rid of it, so I'm happy with that. We can grab this, I believe, which will go towards speeding up our science, which in turn, since our science is already running negative, speeds it up even more. I suppose that is one, like the slower this people ticks by, the less we get the -6. So things like lifestyle changes and voluntary frugality, it does give like negative carbon, but it also slows down the rate at which you get that negative, or those negative carbon ticks. A random card. Do I want to roll random? Probably don't. How are we looking stats wise? We're gaining money and people and people. We're going to be gaining more science. People and people, people and science. So that's something we want to keep in mind. And youth revolt. That's just an opportunity to get rid of a whole bunch of pollution. Another decentralized economy. Everyone's just running off and doing their own economy, I guess. I was about to say they're all like setting up their own Bitcoin stuff and that, but no, Bitcoin is not at all carbon negative. That's going to be great. We mitigate that because we can afford the money, you know. So this is interesting. Hard mode, we have to consider things like this where we can afford to pay it, so we just accept the hit rather than in standard mode. It seems there's much more. You have the freedom to kind of say to tackle everything that comes your way. Do I want to expand that even further? Maybe. I tell you what I really want. That or something of the sort. Solar energy? Yeah, so solar panels, there is a problem with the reason why they do output a bit of pollution is that they're made of expensive metals and such that... Can we get rid of that? No. Yes, we can. Sure. Might have just been worth it to take the financial hit and put money into this. What was I saying? Yeah, solar panels, they kind of do still output bad stuff. Let's see what we have in hydro in terms of options. Ecosystems, what can we get here? There is an ecosystem approach, which I have seen done before. Might be worth doing again. Protected lands. Lack of coffee. I don't care about coffee. Okay, do they have little eye question marks? So I wonder if I should read more of this if people want to see. If you honestly, if you do want to read more about all of this, these cards, these relevant stuff. Does it say solar energy? Are very efficient, very effective with long service life. Long service life, they can be easily installed on roofs of public and private buildings. It doesn't say anything about the reason why it still produces positive emissions, but because of long service life doesn't mean forever. Yeah, what was I saying? If you want to read more about these cards and the science behind them, quite interesting stuff. I wonder what these what the final tipping point would be. And have we passed it in real life yet? Kind of worrying. Yeah, go check it out on Steam. It is a free game, and it is definitely an enjoyable few hours. I do like to play on slow speed, but if you see me play Cultist Simulator or Book of Hours, you know that other than the speed run, it's very much my preferred speed, slow speed. Wave hydro plants. We can get to that, sure. I'm going, since we keep getting bullied on the science front, I think I'm gonna try and get more science soon. Something like that. Yeah, we can afford that. I want faster science growth so that we can spend more of it. Protected landscapes. So that was here. This one, which we could have got. So that was effectively cheap. 30 by 30. I don't know what that... Protected landscapes are areas like national parks or nature reserves that are protected from human activities that might damage the natural resources within. To some extent, they can help with storing carbon emissions, but mostly they protect the biodiversity. So yeah, trees, they're made of carbon, and it's better to have the amount of carbon in the world in tree form rather than in air form, because I don't want to fucking breathe that shit. You ask someone, hey, do you want to breathe a tree? They'll probably say no. No one wants to breathe a tree. You can breathe what comes out of a tree, which is they produce more oxygen than they produce carbon dioxide because of photosynthesis. So generally, during the day, they emit oxygen as a surplus. This, yes, I was thinking about that indeed. I'm going to expand this sector while we have the money for it. And give us some science, please. Any of this science required? Yes, all of it. One more. What's this one asking? After expired, so that just kind of the previous one gave us fracking. Fossil backed disinfo? Fossil backed what the fuck is disinfo? Coastal barriers. Not ideal? What is that? Gives us more science, but pollution. Do I want that? We're carbon negative, so I'll keep it for now, but as soon as I can get these out, I'll probably replace it with that. I say that our science is struggling, though we can do that. What will that give us? So if it expires, it just gives us back the 2 population and we lose the science. If we don't, if we solve it, if we just let it expire, it would have given us a card. Would we have wanted the card is the question. Industry card. Because it was just, you know, something like fracking last time. We could have gotten rid of that. I have a load of people Should I be figuring out... We've done degrowth, right? Do I want to do a different victory circular economy? Let's see what that is. I think we're in a steady point. Like we've got things under control now, so as long as we keep control of our resources. So yeah, I don't want to risk it. Am I a risky person? No, I'm not. Do I just want to take the hit to science and not see more of this? And I'd quite like this. I mean, you can afford it, sure. It by itself isn't strong, but you can have 5 of them on the board, or you can have as many as you can afford. Each one costs more than the previous, but it's still quite nice. Decentralized economy. Okay, so I can have a 3rd one of those. Do I want that? I kind of do, because big arrows up and people are negative, so the faster people is, although people does come at a cost of money. I want to see what that does. That plus card. Maybe? Sure. No, because it might give us some... Like, it might be one of those cards like Industry 20th Century where if we get rid of it, the red card, it'll spawn a bad event for us. Fine. I'll bite the bullet on that. And I guess the coffee drinkers can have their coffee. Windless Dark Winter. What? After that expires, 6 money lost. Let's do some of this. Biodiversity credits. Oh no, I kind of want to read what these are. What is 30 by 30? World Climate Fund. It seems a simple thing. Local solutions probably isn't going to get used, similar to Science Incubator. Sure. Let's see what you throw at us. Another geothermal well. Free industry. Doesn't pollute. And yeah, that's a cheap upgrade. It's basically a 1/3 of that is all it's costing us for one of those. Hey, it really wants to throw that card at us. I don't know what is spawning that card. So there are, yeah. So Windless Dark Winter is the card that spawned it, I believe. What causes this card? If it seemed like it came out of one of these. Oh, and there's another one we haven't even discovered there. What's the 3rd one? Idea Incubator. We just never... I'll make it just to say we've made it, right? Yeah, and then I can get rid of it afterwards because I don't want the positive carbon. I'll see what it is. Sure, we'll pay the money cost. Wild deforestation. Sure. Mass forestation. That's quite good. -3. Okay, so we got an idea incubation, which I swear I've picked up before. Maybe I didn't. It might have just been local solutions. Don't want to keep it. I guess it does make a negative thing faster. A negative, the word emissions faster. So I'll keep it. 30 by 30. What's this? The goal, also known as 30 by 30, sets Set for all governments worldwide to protect 30% of land and 30% of sea by 2030 in order to cut biodiversity loss. Okay, so I didn't know that was a thing. I guess that probably is a real thing. So this... okay, so event chances, intense drought minus, mega drought minus. So it's reducing the chances of drought. It's quite good. Geothermal wells, do they reduce the chance of windless dark winter? Okay. I'll see what this card produces, because I'm curious. It might be bad. If it is bad, we're in an okay position to deal with it. Yeah, I'm aware. We have so many people. I need to figure out what to do with them. Could grab another decentralized economy. Okay, so fracking. It did produce fracking. Mass ecoterrorism, non-regulated pollutants. Gas shortage. And I think we can make that upgrade cost. It can't be upgraded any further, but I think we can naturally, well, not naturally, we can create it from fossil fuels. So that card into fossil fuels into, I guess, mining for something, but we don't want it, so we'll get rid of it. Wild deforestation. Sure, here's another mass deforestation. Grab this. Did I want anything? Carbon shorted? Carbon storage even. I'm curious what that card does. That was the sound of our fracking being thrown away. We're in a stable position, I feel. I need to do something with my surplus population. If only I had the science or money to do so. Decarbonization laws. I forget what that does. Was decarbonization... I think decarbonization laws into circular economy, into decentralized economy. Lack of coffee. What the hell is causing this? Is it lifestyle changes? Upgrades to undiscovered. Voluntary frugality, circular economy, what's the other one? Loss and damage aid. That's quite good. But it's not that. Not that. Decentralized. Degrowth. Voluntary frugality, private space travels. Sure, voluntary frugality, less chances of Elon Musk going into space. That upgrades into that. And this... Okay, so lack of coffee comes from maybe scientists? No. Something. I kind of just want to take the hit on take the hit on the economy because I want freaking science. It's costing me all the bloody science. I mean, we can afford to lose people. We just let people die to heat. Wait, no, fine. I won't. Carbon storage. Event chances. Climate apathy. That increased the chance of climate apathy. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a good thing. Probably isn't. Maybe. If you don't pay, another crisis. Fine. No, that's if you don't pay. What? We'll do that. And that gave us mass air conditioning. Less chance of deadly heat waves, but some emissions. I want the bloody science. And I mean, we're already we are losing minus 31 emissions per round. We're good. We don't need fringe research, I think, at this time. What we do need is something that gives us faster science. So I'm just going to random it, see what we get. After that expires, it'll kill renewables. Yeah, fine. I'll keep renewables. We don't really need it, but I don't care. Do we even need it? No, we honestly don't. I wouldn't be... Can I take that back? I'd rather just lose renewables. We don't need it because we already have wind, hydro, and solar. We need to phase out these base level cards. We don't care about that. That's going to keep hitting us, but if I can make use of the science. Geothermal. I don't want geothermal wells again. That isn't increasing our thing. Research centers, maybe. I guess that's the way to faster science increase. And yeah, fine, I will do that. Just because our money's looking a bit pitiful now. Yes, yes. Our emissions are 0. We don't need it. Geothermal wells. It's literally just free. Radical climate deal. Sadly, we don't need it, but that would have been wonderful. What's that from? So we're getting good. We're getting a lot of good cards now. We need this research center and fewer people, maybe. Do we want degrowth? Doesn't really fit the vibe when we just already have so many people. We just tell them, you know, stop growing. Ooh, that's not ideal. But fortunately, we can just pay it. Research center. I wanna see the research. Let's see what advanced robot with Doctor Who Cybermen, because that took us like 3 people to make. We're just turning people into Cybermen. Easy. Garbage landslides. Something happened to cause that, and I'm not happy about it, because will we have time? I think we will have time to deal with that, and we'll get a thingy out of it. Might have to throw away like local solutions for whatever this card gives us, but we can afford to deal with garbage landslides. Advanced robotics, humankind engineering, and massive automation. What is this? Climate apathy. Lose 2 science. If you don't pay, lose a whole science card. We need money for that right now. Invasive weeds after expired. Yeah, we don't need that, honestly. That is going to be a problem. We're going to try and pay for this. Make sure we have the money for that. There we go. Nature engineers. Yeah, I'll get rid of local solutions for that. It's technically an upgrade. I suppose permaculture. What does this do? Nothing. What does this do? Oh, so that it isn't just a random card. There is a list of predetermined cards. Technically, it's better than that because it gives us an option to do a thing. Climate apathy. I think we need to pay that because it's going to be a recurring problem. Give us money. There we go. And I think we need some better something or other. Ooh, widespread cancer. That's not good. That doesn't sound good. Okay, we are not in a good position anymore. We can afford that. We can afford that, but it's not too strong. That... yeah, fine. science. So this is putting at risk, is it one card or all of those cards? Because that... I don't want it killing all 4 of those cards. However... Are we still positive on money? Yeah. Just need people to slow down a bit. Fucking hell. Pandemic. If you don't pay, we lose a person. After it expires, 10. Take the hit on people. In a rather... It's a one-time thing, it doesn't recur. Pause, I need to look at thing. Yeah, we just sadly paid the price on people for that. I'll get rid of that. We'll see what other cards the other 3 cards it produces another time. Let's keep hold of this because that produces some good environmental stuff. Okay, what was I looking at? Widespread cancers is gonna be costing us people, but we are floating so many people. We can afford it. This will risk one of our... fuck that. That's gonna risk our renewables, but we're not worried about that. That is... we're already negative emission, we're at 0 emissions. That, tragic harvest, we want to pay. Do we want to pay? Do we want the science or the it's a recurring thing, so we want to pay it. Okay, fine. We want that, but in order to do so, we need to throw something away. Maybe coastal barriers? Rising ocean levels, coastal countries sunk, coastal refugees. They might be good to keep around. We're still negative, technically. What was I doing up here? That is recurring, so it won't go away until we deal with it. That is risking our renewables. We don't care about it. We don't need the people. Okay. What can we do? Should we just take the win? We focus down like degrowth or ecocentrism. Maybe focus on something here, the big expensive ones. Let's focus on the big expensive energy producers. Yep. What are we losing there? That was just an opportunity for carbon reduction. Each round, it doesn't matter if that happens. 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 3. Ugh. If we can't afford to pay it, it's not the worst thing. We can just gain emissions for a bit. Our ecosystem is honestly putting in the work here. This 30 by 30, which came from Protective Landscapes, is doing a good job for us. As is mass forestation, the opposite of mass deforestation. Don't know what we got. We got these from events. I don't know what events gave us them. Nope, don't be dumb. Don't cause a famine. There we go. Let's go down this route after we have an economy. It feels like quite appropriate considering our ecosystems is putting in the work. It is as fast as our industry, and it's negative. It's so negative that, well, yeah, we owe it to the ecosystem to accelerate this. Rogue AI, is that from Advanced Robots? No? Is it from this? No. Something caused that. And what's this? Local conflicts. We can let it happen for a bit because we're less emissions than that, so I don't have to deal with that right now. And I can use the money for other things. So that is putting at risk something, quite a few things. Pay it. Humankind engineering, we got that one, that. For what? Yeah, sure. This card is being destroyed. If I take that out and put that in, designer babies and VR worlds. We put everyone into the Matrix, and they can't pollute if they're busy. I don't know, doing whatever you do in VR headset land. Advanced robotics. Do we want to chuck that? It wouldn't be the worst thing. It's polluting, so. Geoengineering. Do you want that? I think for now we will just lose that. What? Oh, man. Fuck 'em. It's local. It's not a problem. I'm a global person. We got. What did we get from? Oh, we got the offshore wind farm, which we can do, but it would be more expensive than it was before, I think. Something happened. Yep, there that went. You can have as many conflicts as you want. Did that produce that? I don't think it did. It might have just been confusingly timed. After that expires, that. And there's no reason not to mitigate that. The cost of reducing it is less than like the science loss that if we don't. We're negative emissions. You couldn't exist. This, as soon as we get the science for it, sure. Damn. It's also interesting that I think this did this? Hang on, where did we get that? We got that from decarbonization laws? Where's decarbonization laws? There. So that into... Oh, no. Decarbonization laws, carbon tax. Where did we get circular economy from? Somewhere. I don't mind. Point is, some event gave us this, which is like a at least second, third level card and a victory card, or a potential victory card. Fine, I'll get rid of it just to stop the noise, but we kind of need the money and we don't need the negative emissions. I can upgrade our sectors further if I need to. Do we want? We're not expanding anywhere really. I think a 3x3 is a good amount of space because you probably have a bunch of weak cards that you can throw away if you haven't figured it out by then. It'd be funny if I just chucked out our entire industry and, well, with the way ecosystems is currently running, it's slower than people, so we can't support purely off of that, but we just have the people. Listen, if it were real life and real lives on the line, I would probably, maybe, potentially, try to save human lives, but, you know. Each round, pollutions, solve this for a person. Again, we're negative. We can let that happen. Forest fires in a pandemic, we can just let it happen. It's you know, see? Something went away. Oh, that upgraded. A global oasis. So yeah, we're working towards this now, and we can ignore the forest fires until the end of time, really. Nitrogen runoff. After that expires, another disaster card, so we'll get rid of it. That regenerative agriculture. Sure. I don't know what we'd get that from normally, but what can we replace for it? Up and a -1. That's it. Let's just expand to this. Carbon agriculture, yep. Kelp plants. Another pandemic. What is causing pandemic? I guess it might just happen naturally. I'm going to continue to ignore it, I think, until our people becomes a, you know, concerning number. So we haven't discovered any of these cards technically. We want this. This is our victory, so we're just saving up for that and letting the forest fires burn. Eventually they'll run out of fires. Actually they won't, because we're mass forest. We're just planting more. We'll plant more than they can burn. Local conflicts. We're still negative. Nothing happen. Cool. There we go. And grab that if we have time for it. Fine, I'll fix these. We have the money for it. Currently, I say that. The only reason I'm doing that is because actually, that is taking a while. Jeez. If I knew that it was taking that long, I probably would have kept those cards, because the money might be needed to mitigate an event. But sure. Aquaponics. It's more ecosystems, really. What are we doing? Kelp plantation. No. Let's do that. Heat waves. Get rid of that. Let's slow down. Never mind, we won. Boom. That was hardcore mode, and yeah. A global oasis. You win. Congratulations, you won after 126.6 rounds. You have rebuilt Earth's ecosystems and won the simulation. Surprisingly, a lot can be achieved with already existing ecosystems. You made the planet greener and more resistant to environmental challenges. GG, that was good. That was fun. Yeah, we admittedly left quite a few pandemics happen. And the forest fire, there were a lot of forest fires and people, but we were replacing the trees and the people faster than that happened. So really, it's okay. So it's an environmental victory, not a moral victory. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Beecarbonize. I'll probably come back to this again. Maybe do more off-camera stuff. I'll stream it. It's stream. I'll record a video. I don't think I'll stream it. Might do. Let me know if you want to see more videos. If not, I'll just be playing it in my own time. But anyway, until next time. Peace.